Hello everybody, welcome to my videos. My name's Jamie from Games. Today we're doing a pickup video. Okay, all the games in today's list on the CD4. First one I bought is On the Tiles. I've had it for years though. When you're living in the streets, you've got to be tough because the alleys are dark and the streets are rough. I'm a cat who knows what I want from life, but I've got to fight hard because I do what is right. If you're looking for a rumble and the rumble looks back, you better know how to survive the attack. There are cats who fight and there are cats who run. If you know what you're doing, you can pick the right ones. In the sky, there is danger. In the streets, there is fear. Well, you need 9 lives to survive around here. Better plan your moves, better watch your step because it's 8:30 and the night's young. Take the roof, take the street, take the weight to your feet. There we go. Okay, first one on the list is On the Tiles, and I haven't played this for absolutely years. And I bought this the other day from a shop called Kent Micro in Kent, and I paid £12.95 for it. Unfortunately, over the course of time, the disc got really badly creased, which of course was unplayable. But yes, me being me at a young age, I did try it multiple times to see if there's any luck. No luck, no dice, didn't work. So anyway, after many years of not being able to play it, I've now bought it again as a tape version. We're doing it again. So, let's fire it up. Okay, so the game, this is On the Tiles. In the low light areas of the city, a stray cat that to prove is the meanest, toughest cat in the neighbourhood. To do this, you must prowl the streets with fish bones. Once you've eaten enough of these, you'll move on to the next territory. While searching for all these, also be on the lookout for hawks, hedgehogs and frogs. This must be avoided by either jumping over them or spitting at them. The cat's energy is drained if it comes in contact with one of these. However, eating sparrows or mice will replenish some of your energy. Another problem is fleas. Fleas enter the cat's coat, and if 10 or more enter the coat, the cat's life is lost. Finally, other cats are also patrolling the streets looking for some things. There's like to be a cat fight or two. Now your energy is draining all the time, but yes, replace it by picking up some prey along the way. But also, to do a spit, you press the space bar. Now you can do a big jump or a small jump, depending whether you're walking or you're running, when you press the fire button down. But you've got to try and replenish that energy as often as you can. Now I've got 1 flea already. 10 and you're going to lose a life. Of course, cats have 9 lives, which is what we have here. But the most difficult enemy, without a shadow of a doubt, is the evil hawks. Now they'll home in on you, but you can get rid of them by picking up a fishbone. Or if you kill enough of them on the level, they'll also get rid of them, but not for a long period of time. When you go on to the next screen, which is going to be the next level, then they're also going to be back in place. Okay, it's actually level 2 now. Now it's best to have a little bit of delay before you make your move, because of course those hawks can arrive on the left or right sides of the screen. So if you're running right, it appears from the left, keep running right, you're good to go. But eventually it will depart. So if it doesn't pick up a fishbone in one nearby, that does a good thing. And also picking up a fishbone not only helps, but of course it does replenish some of your energy as well. But it's best to stick to high ground. So of course this game's going to have pixel perfect situations, always do in a game like this. People living on the streets don't appreciate cats walking around their backyard. These people will try and throw buckets or boots at them and they get too close to their front door. One of the neighbours owns a dog who's on the lookout for other cats that approach him. Get too close, you'll be eaten and you'll lose a life. And when you get into a fight with another cat, as long as you have enough energy, you should survive the confrontation. But of course, it will be a little bit worse for wear. So you've got to try and find some more energy. Right, just. Right, 2 more to find. So again, wait for the bird. If one arrives, it arrives from the left. That's fine. Turn around, shoot it, and again, jump from ledge to ledge. You can't jump on every single platform. But again, you're going to have some pixel perfects. Pick up whatever you can along the way. But there we go, another one done. Okay, this is actually level 3 now. Now even though it does say it's at the bottom left corner of the screen, you've got to try and find 4 fish bones. You don't actually have to find any whatsoever. All we're trying to do is get to the end in the safest, easiest way possible. Just a simple thing is the higher areas, to find as many conversations as possible. Because when you're running from this point of the screen, you don't know what's going to be in front of you, whether it be good or bad. But yes, you can shoot it, but you don't get a lot of time to react to it. But yes, you can also shoot things that are good. But yes, you hit a hedgehog, that's an instant kill. But frogs, it's not an instant kill, it just drains your energy very quickly. But there we go. Next one I bought is Crystal Castle. It's a great game, but again, haven't played it for absolute years. Not lots of description though. As an limited edition, Crystal Castles a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to experience a true software legend. There you go. There we go. Crystal Castles, copyright 1994, Thunder Vision. Okay, so the game is Crystal Castles, an arcade game released by Atari Incorporated in 1983. The player controls Bentley Bear and must collect gems located throughout the geometric protected rendered castle while avoiding enemies in the process, some of which are after the gems also. Now this one is called Get the Gems. The rule of the game here is to not get killed and be the one to collect the final gem. Like so. Okay, next level is called Tree Have. Rule number 1, get gems. Rule number 2, don't be killed by a tree in the process. Crystal Castle is one of the first arcade action games with an ending, instead of continuously indefinitely looping or ending with a kill screen, and contain advanced warp zones. Now your character not only can run fast, but also jump very large distances, which of course you have to be when you get confronted by evil trees. But again, as long as you're the last one to get it, you get the bonus. Next up is Doomstone. I played this at a very young age, this game. I was absolutely blown away by it, and that was on the C64. But yeah, it takes some getting used to, but the speed of it really did amaze me back in the day. Because of course, this was before Sonic the Hedgehog arrived on the scene. But yes, if you go head to head between Bentley Bear and Sonic the Hedgehog, that's quite a tough confrontation. I don't know who would win that battle. But anyway, not all enemies are here to steal your gems. Some of them are here to do whatever they can do to kill Bentley Bear. And they'll do whatever they can do. But yes, you've got to try and collect the final one. But yes, if you don't get it, you can still move on, as long as you survive the process. But yes, some enemies are there to get in your way. And especially in a very confined space with supersonic speeds and lifts and doors, it's quite difficult to do. You'll be stuck in the graphics. But there we go. Superb. You get the last gem, 1,200 points. Alright, next level. Crystal Castles has 9 levels with 4 castles in each, and a 10th level with a single castle. And clearing that will end the game. Each of the 37 geometric projected castles consists of mazes, halls filled with gems and bonus objects that include stairs, elevators and tunnels that the player can use for additional shortcuts. Right, so they've also put on a hat, and also some enemies can be killed, but the hat is very, very short and sweet. It's worn off already, but yes, enemies will steal your gems, but as long as you get the last one, you get additional bonus. Now sometimes that can actually help you out, because yeah, if they're going to pick them up, that means less for you to pick up along the way. But you want to try and lure the enemy away from where you want to get to, which in this case is going to be on the top of the castle. But you've got to try and use the elevators. Now I cannot remember if the enemies can use elevators. Some probably can. But anyway, we're going to go through the door and then go onto the other side, and there we go, boom boom pow. But again, difficult to master, but it is a good game. But there we go, we've got the last one. Okay, mate, this is the final one for this part of the video. This one's called the Hidden Ramp. So this level contains 6 doors, which of course is very handy for getting around. And also, when to make a quick escape is a good thing to do. But the more time you spend on each screen, more enemies are going to arrive on the scene, and also the enemies also pick up additional speed. Got the hat down the bottom there, and also you pick up the honey, which of course is going to draw in additional bees, which are happening right on cue. Use the jump whenever you can and pick up the honey, which is not easy to do. We've got it, so we get 1,000 points for that. But yeah, this bit here is quite difficult. You're in a very, very confined space. Use the elevators to get out of there if you want to do so, or use the door to make it easy to do so. But yeah, I suppose try and clear one area at a time. I mean, you don't want lots of random ones all over the place. When you're getting tracked down, the moment we are. So, who's going to get the last one? Me or them? I don't know. There's not many remaining though, but there is an additional hat. Bingo! Fantastic. Great game. That is Crystal Castles. Okay, next one on the list is Laser Force by Codemasters. A new arcade shoot-'em-up which stretches the C64 to its limit of incredible colour, fast action, smooth movements and compulsive additive gameplay. Gavin has done it again. There you go. There we go. Next one on the list, copyright 1987 by Codemasters. This is a Laser Force. Okay, so the game, this is Laser Force, which allows you to play 4 classic games over the course of 32 levels. Right, it's a fast-paced shooter. I love it. It's superb. This one has a little bit of a salamander twist to it. All we've got to try and do here is basically get through it unscathed. There's lots of things that can kill you, but of course there's many things you can kill here. But yes, rule number 1, don't get blown up. Keep moving around from side to side and don't be shot or hit by the flames. There we go. The first level is a top-down vertical scrolling version of Salamander. You've got to avoid the flames sprouting from the wall and shoot enemies coming down towards you. The second level is a top-down version of Centipede. Shoot the enemies coming down the screen while avoiding hitting the mushrooms. This one is based around refueling. You can't actually die on this one. What we're going to try and do, if you can, is try and make the land a successful one. If you fail, you don't die. But what you do is you get a successful refill. And then you go on to the fourth area, which is basically you'll go through the tunnel. Now if you press up, you go additional speed. More speed adds to additional points. And this takes you to the final level of that area. So yeah, all we're trying to do now is don't hit the side of the walls. Again, you can't die here. Only on the first and second levels can you actually lose additional lives. But you start the game off with 5 lives, which is very generous. But it's a really cool game. I do like it. Didn't play this back in all the days, but I do like it. It's very good. But yes, the faster you go, the more points you get. Don't hit the walls, the more points you get. Going well so far. But there we go. Fantastic. Level 1 is complete. So there we go, you get past the 4 stages and you finish the level. And then you move on to level 2, which contains 4 more stages. But again, it's going to be more difficult than the ones you did before. But again, enemies arriving all over the place. Even ones arriving behind you does make it a very difficult task. And of course, the claws on the side, avoid those as well. But you cannot go the full length of the screen. It's one of those ones again. We've got to keep moving around all the time. Don't stay in one place for too long. And if possible, don't stay at the bottom of the screen for too long either. Because you're going to get punished for that. Okay, here we go again. And what we're going to try and do here is basically shoot 4 of these WOP items. Now, if you collect one, they'll actually upgrade your bullets from 2 to 3. We've got to try and do it quickly before this gets out of hand. But there should be plenty of them around. But also, enemies can be thrown into the mix. As long as you shoot 4 and avoid the mushrooms, you should be okay to move on. Like so. And that will summon the next area. In fact, I died there, but I think I got away with it. So what we're going to try and do here, again, you've got to get it absolutely perfect. And there's a huge delay until it starts to move. But there we go. Fantastic. But you don't actually die on that. But make it successfully and you move on and you get a good refilling station out of that one. But we're going to increase the speed on this one once again. But this will take us on to level 3, which I haven't got past yet. But you're going to try and stay in the middle as possible. But if you want to go for additional speed, that'll get you additional points. You want to go for the nice safe option and go for a much slower pace. But I do like it. It's a really, really good game. And this, I believe, is timed, I think. Down the bottom left corner. Score down the bottom right. Keep it going. A nice pattern, nice rhythm going on here. Not too shabby. Don't hit the walls. No one bites the dust. We've got our main attack, our guardian attack, our refueling, and our Commodore. Grand total, 12,473. On we go to the next stage. Okay, so area 3 is the furthest point I've reached, but I haven't got past it yet. But yeah, this is a tough level, because you got absolutely bombarded by so many enemies. And yes, you do get 5 lives, but on a level like this, you can go through them very quickly. Because there's not a lot of places to move. Avoid the bubbles. But yes, level 1 and level 2 are the only levels where you actually do lose additional lives. Whether you can earn more, I'm not sure. Maybe. Rule number 1, make it through unscathed. But again, we've got to try and get through this crazy contraption. Collect 4 of them. Or shoot 4 of them, should we say. The longer it takes, the more the enemies will be close to the bottom of the screen, which is what you don't want to happen. And again, I think I died towards the end. Now we've got to try and refill and do it safely. And this is timed. But there we go, we didn't do it, but we don't lose a life there. Right, I'm going to go really fast this time. Crazy speeds. Warp speeds. I've always liked these sort of levels. Ooh, ha! But you do get a lot more points this way. I was very close as well. Nearly. No dice though. But there we go. We've got 556 for that. Fire to move on. But there we go. It's plenty of footage. That is Laser Force. Next one on the list is Spinning Image. And this is the one I used to own back in the day. But unfortunately, the case went astray. Again, not a lot to the description though. A terrific conversion of the TV hit series. Wild fun and hilarious action. Furious fun at budget price. Crazy action. There you go. There we go, next on the list is Spitting Image. Now we had this back in the day, we bought this and Double Dragon, both from John Menzies, and both versions were big yellow case versions, but both of those were completely out the astray, no idea what happened to it. But back in the day, didn't get far in this game, couldn't get one single victory, but anyway, I bought it again, we'll see how we do today. Spitting Image, copyright by Doug Mark. Okay, so the game is a Spinning Image, a one-on-one fighting game released in 1999, featuring characters for the Spinning Image puppet show, developed by Walking Circles and published by Demark. It was available for Commodore 64, ZX Spectrum, Amiga CC, and the Commodore Amiga. A prophet has determined that within the next 7 years there will be a world war which is instigated by a mysterious leader, so terrible that the Italians have already surrendered, and so violent that the Swiss are also involved. To avoid this fate, 6 world leaders have agreed to duke it out, and the winner being the undisputed ruler of the world. Now I am Margaret Thatcher on the left, and so far, so good. But in the older days, I never actually managed to win one single confrontation. I won the occasional round, but normally the computer will bounce back and hit me with everything they've got. Now every single move you have in this game pretty much is a very short range attack. But if you press the shift key, you can also have additional assistance, which I believe is limited. But you press back and fire and you do your special move, which again is limited range, but it's better than nothing. But at the moment of time, we're doing okay. Each character has an energy bar which is present on the screen. No time with it though. But I'm going to try and save my additional skills until the final round. But at the moment of time, it's going okay. Yes, I'm doing pretty much the same move, but it's working. That's all that counts. It's working. But yes, I've played it quite a bit. And yes, we watched the programme lots. But I've never actually finished one single fight. Not with victory. But let's see how we do. So far, so good. Now you press the shift key and on it goes. But you've got to get that absolutely perfect. But yeah, I've never played the C64 version. In fact, this is the only version I've actually seen. The only version I've actually played. But yeah, I don't know what in terms of score it got. I'm assuming not overly highly. It's a shame. We were expecting a lot more. But yeah, we were disappointed. But we still played it. But I didn't play it as a 2-player. Only confrontations between the computer. There we go. I've finally done one. Congratulations. Blimey, it took about 30 years. Maybe more. So there we go, that is one done. So these are the 6 playable characters. Now you pick the opponent first, then you pick your character second. Okay, let's go for 2 in a row. Being launched as an 8-bit gaming platform, the fights are 2-dimensional, with the players being limited to moves they can perform. The characters can attack on the ground or in the air through jumping, and each has special moves. One can attack by using his beard as a third, while Ronnie can attack by using headbutts. Each character can call an aid twice in the fight to assist them. The aid typically throws some sort of projectile into the melee, which has a specific arc, so the seasonal player can also avoid the attack. Right, okay, so now I am Ronnie on the left, and the computer is Maggie on the right. So at the moment of time, I've just got the other hedge. But anyway, she's actually facing, well, she was facing the wrong way round. But at the moment of time, I haven't used any aids yet. After all 5 characters have been defeated, the player has to fight the mysterious leader. Elizabeth announced that the mud wrestling equipment from Prince Philip's last party is still available, and the fight takes place in the dark as someone switches off the lights. Mud occasionally stains the screen, and only cue is the whereabouts of the player's opponent, and the player's characters are their eyes. Which I've never seen before, never got that far to find out. But anyway, I didn't know a lot about that one, which is why I lost. So I need to pay attention. Let's see if we can come back from that. Again, I haven't used any aids yet. But yes, this again is pretty much going to be done by using pretty much the same skill. But with a game with limited skills, it's the only way to do it. Especially considering I don't win very often. But yes, that headbutt does have quite a decent range. But yes, each special move is quite limited in range. But I suppose each one does have a slightly further range than their basic attacks. But of course, you can crouch and jump, which I don't tend to use very much. But it can change very, very quickly. It always did back in the day. There you go, headbutt to the nose. Do that repeatedly. But yes, you can also turn around as well. There you go, right in the nose. Fantastic. No one like that. Okay, here we go again. If the player is able to beat the mysterious leader, it's revealed that the plot for John Rambo is to take over the world and the game ends. There's also a 2-player mode available where opponents can do combat in any of the 6 main locations, non-story modes. Which I have to admit, back in the day, me and my brother, we never ever played this as 2-player. In fact, we didn't play many 2-players on the C64 at all, really. Amiga, yes, but not really head-to-head. We just took it in turns. Or worked together. We didn't really sort of play head-to-head. But this game, my brother pretty much gave up on it very early on. Whereas I played it a little bit more. I wanted to like it. I do like it, but it's okay. It's not great, it's okay. But I've noticed that if your character doesn't turn round, that gives you quite a few opportunities to get punched in the back of the head. And sometimes they'll turn around immediately, and sometimes a little bit of delay. So that's a time you need to pounce. But yeah, sometimes they do delay it, which is a good thing, like that. They punch in the ear hole. There we go, have some of that. But again, it's a good game, it's an okay game, but that is Spitting Image. Next one on this, again, it's Codemasters. This is Little Path in Dragonland. Again, fantastic, but not a very long game though. Help Little Path back home. He's lost, explored dark caves, dodged the evil spiders and giant birds' eggs, breathe fire, avoid sea serpents, hornets, electrocharged zappers, and more. There you go. There we go. Next on the list, Little Puff, which I do also have on the Amiga. I do apologise about the green screen, but there we go. You know what it can do. But again, haven't played it on the CD4 before, but we'll give it a try. Okay, so the game is Little Puff. Little Puff's mum has told him not to wander off too far away from home, but one day he cannot resist the temptation to go off and explore the mysterious world that lay behind Dragonland. After a while, he was hungry, but he was too little and not fierce enough to catch anything, so he ran off huffing and puffing on his way back home for dinner. But on his way, he was blocked by a ferocious guard demanding a pass. What could Puff do? He had no pass. This is where you come in. You must help Puff find the full parts of the pass, avoid hazards that confront him at every turn, and guide him safely back home. And I was doing to do while doing it. This game is actually not a very long game at all. It can be completed in about 10 minutes. We'll be a pickup video. We'll just do 2 parts of the pass and we'll leave it as that. The game is good. And it's pretty much like Dizzy. Treasure Island Dizzy to be precise, because yes, you can pick up items on the way, but you've got to use them in the order that you pick them up. And to pick something up, you press down, but some items you have to use more than once, including the box. Now you cannot fire at the start, but you can when you pick up the ability to use your fire, which you use already to get through that tree trunk. But we've got to try and avoid the spider. So yes, fall into spikes, instant kill. Enemies, instant kill, and also your character cannot swim. Not yet anyway. We need 2 items. We've got the first one, which is a life belt. We need to find a foot pump. Without those, you won't go into the water, you'll get a sinking feeling. It's an instant kill, basically. So anyway, also, some items are here just to sort of put you off. Some I'm sure you do need at some point, and some you don't need at all. But again, it's trying to refresh your brain box upstairs, because again, I haven't played it for so long, but I have played the Amiga version a lot more than this. Anyway, I found the first pass, which is located in the bottom left corner of the screen. So, 4 in total, we've got 1 so far. But yes, some of these will actually lead to bottomless pits and sometimes maybe even spikes. But anyway, going to switch that for that. So now we can go in the water. We need that. Again, we'll come back later on today. We need to open a bottle, believe it or not. So, now we can go into water, but I think we have to go down here first. But you can actually go into the water as many times as you like. There's a helmet, use it later on to protect yourself from a falling coconut. Any food you see along the way, press down and that equips it. But it's for points and points only. But you can't earn any additional lives through score in this game. 1 life is all you have. But now we're protected from water. We're not protected being hit by a falling egg dropped by an egg-shaped boss. Anyway, we have worms and flies, and we also have a garden fork, which I don't think we need yet. Any food you see along the way, you might as well pick it up. But anyway, we've got to try and break this box by using a hammer, which is right on cue. So what we do is we put the box on top of the hammer and we break it, which reveals a key. Pick up the key, pick up the foot pump and the life belt, and we use the key to open the door. Like so. Which we go back in. Like so. Right, I need a drink. So on we go. What we're going to try and do now is pick up the banana for initial points. We need to find a corkscrew. Right on cue. Pick up that, and of course that will push off all the other items, so you pick them up for a second time. We'll go into the water quite a few times. As long as you have the items in possession, you'll be fine. Just don't be pooed on by a bird. Avoid their egg projectiles. But yes, this corkscrew we'll need for a bottle. In fact, the next pass is actually wrapped around the bottle. So again, avoid the projectiles. Okay, hints and tips. Collect potion to breathe fire. Done. You can guide Puff left or right while falling down a hole. Done. Use the foot pump to inflate the life belt before swimming into the water. Done. And pick up food for additional points. That's all it tells you in the instruction manual, which is fine. So, on we go. Again, a few bottomless pits, jump over those, and avoid spikes at all costs. But yes, you're limited to only 3 items, which isn't a lot for these sort of games, but again, being a very long game, it's not a big deal. And it's the second game today, which features hedgehogs. 10 pence piece, leave it there, we don't need it. Okay, so, We're going to drop all our items here. And we're going to pick up the bottle and the shade. And then you drop the bottle on top of the corkscrew, which gives you the second piece for the pass. Right, the shade I think we do need. Pick up that, and also we pick up that. But there you go, that's plenty of footage for this part of the video, but it's a great game, I love it. That is Little Puff. Final one on today's list, this is again Codemasters, this is KGB Super Spy. Action-packed arcade fun, destroy super tanks, turbo choppers, gun emplacements, blast snipers, crack paratroopers, jetpackers and more in this incredible Super Spy bonanza. Brilliant fun, mega vehicles and lethal weapons, excellent, we're gonna try. There we go, final game of this video, this is Super Spy. This is a game I never played back in the day, but I like the look of it, we're gonna try. Okay, so the game, this is KGB Super Spy. There are a group of scientists in East Germany who want to defeat the West. The problem is, your forces want them to stay and help develop a new weapon. You must fly over the 5 missions and get these scientists into the West. In the first 4 missions, you must collect the 6 scientists and take each of them to the safe house. On the 5th mission, you must take the scientists over to the border of West Germany. So the game is really good, I do like it. You've got to try and do it by being absolutely bombarded by so many enemies. There's so many things going on here. Now you've got to try and rescue the hostages, but don't shoot the hostages. But also, when you're rescuing hostages and picking up additional skills, you've got to land, but just don't land too hard. All it takes is 1 scientist to be killed, and your go is voided, and you have to restart back again at the start. But you have 4 lives. But you can get additional skills, including invincibility, which of course is going to be limited. You've got to land, but don't land too hard. That includes your weapons, and there's the scientists. The scientists will stand with an open hand, waving their left hand. Beware of soldiers in disguise as scientists. You can tell because they'll be waving with their right hand. Of course, you're not going to be flying without resistance. Soldiers, jeeps and tanks on the ground, and soldiers wearing jetpacks in the air to halt your mission. And there's another one. It shows in the bottom right corner of the screen how many we've currently got. We've got 4 of the current 6 we've got to try and rescue on this level. That's another additional weapon which will drag along the floor. That is a good thing, but hopefully it won't kill the scientists. But of course, when you're moving left and right, you're going to be firing towards the floor. So don't be firing too much. You don't want to kill the innocents. There's another one. And also, I believe it tells you, a bit like Hawkeye, the way you got to go. On the left and right side, we've got the arrow, which is telling us which way to go, which is a nice addition to the game. Once you've got all the scientists, head to the safe house without running out of energy. Energy is also fuel in this game. And there is the final one. Now we head to the exit door, which I don't think it tells you in terms of arrows. You should know, because there's a great big signpost outside of it saying safe. But again, it's a really good game. It's a really good game. I like it. It really is a good game. Didn't play it any other days though. There we go. Behind the tank is a safe place to go. We go down and that is done. Fantastic. I like it. Well done. Mission 1 is complete. There we go. That's KGB Super Spy. Okay, boy, that's what I bought on the CD4. That was a combination of about 1 or 2 mums, but again, I'm really happy with my purchases. Until next time, this is JD Wardens Games. Please like the comment, share, please join the channel, press the fan page, which is a Twitter top in Wardens Games, you find it fairly easily. Please remember to get the bell icon and notify you video low. Fantastic. With all these sort of videos, you're rich on TikTok, ever making and live streams every Friday night. You can time the clock. It's a hell of a wait. It's something easy. Ciao, bye, see ya. Okay, so the game is Crystal Castles, an arcade game released by Atari Incorporated in 1983. The player controls Buggy. No, I wasn't ready. 1983. The player controls Bentley Bear, who must collect gems throughout the Trimetric projected rendering castle. The player controls Bentley Bear, who must collect gems located through a Trimetric projected rendering. God, that's a mouthful, isn't it? The player controls Bentley Bear, who must collect gems collected throughout the Trimetric rendering. I can't say it. A Trimetric projected rendering castle while avoiding enemies. Follow. What you can do is get him to follow you all the way up here. You run for it. Run like Forrest Gump. The player controls Bentley Bear, must collect gems located throughout the Trimetric projected. Trimetric rendering. No. Where am I? Arcade game released by Atari Incorporated in 1983. The player controls Bentley Bear, who must collect gems. I'm really struggling with this one. A trimetric rendering... No, wrong as well. Take control of Bentley Bear, who must collect gems located throughout a trimetric protected rendering castle while avoiding enemies, for which Arthur,